Hi, this is Allison Gibbs, Director of Outreach at Campaign for Liberty. Just want to let you know that you're watching the LCL report, and Taryn is amazing.
Check out my Liberty-oriented jewelry. If you hadn't seen it, they're one-of-a-kind pieces, all sterling silver with Liberty themes. Here's an In the Fed bracelet with actually real silver coins. Don't tread on me, Gadsden Snake bracelet. What would Ron Paul do? Copper earrings. This is a statement to socialized medicine. And, of course, chains we can believe in.
Hi, this is Terry Lupa. Welcome to Low Country Liberty Report. Today I'm going to be taking you back to an interview I did with Allison Gibbs from the Campaign for Liberty, and most recently Lola. If you don't know what Lola is a group of basically libertarian-leaning women who have all decided to support each other and encourage more women to join the Liberty movement. Now, there's not necessarily one issue that they're all focused on. The activism ranges, it's a real large range from, you could do, anti-tax protests to sovereignty, to homeschooling, to anti-war. Whatever your hot button is, they just make your activism better. They've currently, to raise money, put out a calendar of some of the women, and you can see, I've got mine here. And I'll be interviewing, Allison Gibbs, this one. Now, Allison, when I caught up with her, this was at PorcFest during she was on the road promoting Campaign for Liberty, and Lola was still being born at the time. I'm here with Allison Gibbs from Campaign for Liberty, and Allison, if you can give me an idea, how did you ever get involved with Campaign for Liberty in the first place?
Well, when I was younger, I was doing microbiology for about 8 years, and from there I went to the socialist realm and realized when I actually saw Dr. Paul on C-SPAN 2 in about 2007, I was anti-war before that, anti-Iraq war, protested it, things like that, and when I saw Dr. Paul speak, I never really realized that the Republicans had like a person that could be anti-war as well. I figured they were all pro-war because everybody kind of offered that like juxtaposition necessarily. But so I saw Dr. Paul speak on C-SPAN, announce his candidacy, and from the things he said, it kind of intrigued me and made me want to learn more. So I looked him up, started to meet up in Charleston, South Carolina when I moved there to work for the Department of Defense, and from there I started getting involved and realized that I was doing DoD work related to bioterror, things like that, as well as working at a hospital. That I wasn't doing necessarily what I was chosen to do. That it came to a point where all the dreams that I had since I was young stopped because what was more important, the career I had beforehand or the movement that I'm now in. And I think that I had to weigh the priorities, and I realized that the freedom movement is more important than anything else, and became part of Campaign for Liberty when they were hiring, and a part of the presidential campaign in South Carolina, and just felt compelled to be a part of this because it is what's right, and all of my logical conclusions came to this. So I decided to drop the DoD and start working for the movement.
And most people know Campaign for Liberty for the bill that's currently going on, the H.R. 1207. And you pretty much accomplished what you wanted to do in the House, and I guess why don't you tell me what's going on with it?
Yeah, we have about roughly 240 co-sponsors as of right now, both Democratic and Republican. Well, our new push right now is the Senate bill. It's a S604. It was proposed by Bernie Sanders, who's a big dog Democrat. And what we're doing now is Jim DeMint signed on, as well as Vitter from LA and like Louisiana and a few other places. And what our hope now is to push the Senate. Obamacare, if we were to propose it right now, Obamacare would drown it. It would just go into the abyss. So what we're hoping to do is that when they go through their recess in July and August, when they come, they'll go through the recess, and when they come back, we can propose the S604, get that pushing, getting people calling their Senate, their Senate spokesman, as well as start pushing Pelosi to put it on the floor, and from there we'll be able to actually have it on the floor to be voted on. What we're hoping for is people to actually have to dictate their votes rather than a hand raise, and from there be able to choose who stays in and who stays out in 2010, because that's really what it comes down to at this point with us.
What else is Campaign for Liberty doing? Is that their entire focus right now, is this bill?
No, I mean, we have different outlets. We have people representing different factions of Campaign for Liberty. I, for instance, am Director of Outreach. Right now I'm at Porcupine Freedom Festival, which is with the Free State Project and some other organizations that we decided to co-sponsor. We are putting our foothold in different coalitions. Michael Osterlink, who's actually one of our head coalition builders in C4L, is working with the ACLU. We had a presentation the other day. Dr. Paul was at Cato the other day. And we're trying to kind of coalition build with different organizations, see who's doing right. We're in Marv right now, which is with motorhomediaries.com, and we actually have posted sponsored an ad on their on the side of their actual RV, which can be seen later. But we're trying to integrate with other organizations and let them know that they are not alone, that we are there in support of them, and that through that, their people, can support us and our people can support them as well. So we're kind of doing other fronts. There's always the political front, which is HR 1207. There's other avenues that we're taking on, which is primarily activism and things such as that. So, promoting different groups, helping coalition build and show people that C4L is not just a DC organization. We are grassroots. We are in every single state. We have representation, and we're also, joining the family of the Liberty movement, because that's honestly what I feel as Director of Outreach, that we are a family, that the movement is more important than anything, and the fact that we can be a movement in that, or we can be a force in that movement, is the most important factor.
For people that don't know what Campaign Liberty is, can you give me an idea where they can find information?
It's campaignforliberty.com. You can become a member for free, and it kind of gets you in tune with understanding your civil liberties and being financially responsible and knowing tackling alliances and things such as that.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Gibbs.
Thank you.
I suggest you go support the ladies of Lola. Check out their calendar, buy one or two for Christmas. It's a great way to help them raise funds. You can go to iamlola.org. You'll find them, iamlola.org. Buy some calendars for Christmas, help these ladies out. We need to encourage women to get into the movement and be proud of who they are. As always, this is Taryn Lupo.
Mark Edge with Free Talk Live. You can see us at Free Talk Live.